Sims and Fran Fraschilla have the call, guys.
David, thank you very much. Glad you could join us, everybody, here at Dayton, Ohio. University of Dayton Arena in a Atlantic 10. Big one here. David West leading Xavier into town. West airballing there, but Will Connell off the bench. His second field goal, and Xavier has a 15-10 lead.
One of the things that Will Connell and Anthony Miles do very well is play on that backside of the boards and anticipate David West's misses when he does miss.
The setup in this game, Xavier's number 14 in the country, 19-4, 10-1 in Atlantic 10 action, and there's West going up. Looks like he got a foul. Thad Matta can't believe it. First foul on the All-American candidate David West in that lineup. Keith Jackson's on the floor right now with Will Connell. Sato's having a fabulous year shooting from the outside, and Finn has run the club very well. Green, Walaskowski, terrific player inside. Marshall and DJ Skelly on the floor right now. Dayton Flyers 19-4 overall, 11-1 in the Atlantic 10 West, a half game ahead of Xavier. This is the second meeting between these clubs, and in the first one, David West put up the line of the year. As we check out Oliver Purnell, 150 career wins here at Dayton, and his team trying to really make some noise with a win today. West draws a crowd. A little play. Hall comes down with the rebound.
Nice job by Sean Finn to dive down into the post and contest and help on West.
Hall on the catch. Also want to make note, too, when Xavier gets the ball again, the defense Dayton plays against West, who burned it for 47 and 18 in the first matchup.
Well, you can see early on there's a lot more help so far.
Here's Hall wheeling in, put it up and in. So Brooks Hall, Mr. Basketball in Ohio a few years ago, brings Dayton to within 3.
Brooks Hall does a lot of things for this Dayton team that don't show up on the stat sheet. One of the unsung great players in the Atlantic 10.
Here's Keith Jackson. Remains Sato down low. West a little bit too far. And another turnover by the Musketeers. Their second of the afternoon.
And that's a tough angle right there. It's hard to feed from the top unless David West has his man buried behind him. But that time he had the angle to catch the pass, would have taken him away from the basket.
Thad Matta has put up some outstanding numbers, 27-3 in Atlantic 10 action here with Xavier, and a foul against, that'll be against Xavier's Diedrich Finn. Team fifth. You see on our ESPN game track, Sato off to a good start. And Dayton 5 for 15 from the field. They are struggling. They're the number 2 shooting team in the conference behind Xavier.
It's very important for the officials right now to make sure they call the action tight, because this is going to be an emotional game with a lot of contact.
Warren Williams in the paint. Turned it over. 11:56 to go. We've got a good start here as we send it to our studios in Reese Davis.
All right, guys, in the Big East, the return of Jim Calhoun just over 2 weeks after having his prostate removed, certainly getting a welcome from the Connecticut faithful, and against St. John's, Tony Robertson making him feel right at home, knocking down the 3. UConn up big on St. John's. They're still in the early going of the first half. Finish up now in the Big Ten. Purdue has lost 4 out of 5. The Buckeyes beat them in Columbus by 8.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball. Brought to you by the all-new Yamaha, the world's first multiple-choice vehicle.
Welcome back to Dayton, everybody. Xavier with a 3-point lead of the Flyers here at the 11:56 mark. First half, Dave Sims and Fran Fraschilla with you. Atlantic 10 action, and how about David West? The last time these clubs got together, 47 points, 18 boards. Look at the percentages from the line and from the field. My goodness.
Without a doubt, the best game of the season by a single player. So far, Dave, he's got 6 touches. He's 2 for 4 from the field, and he's knocked down a 3.
They run the triple team at him. He finds the open man, Sato. That's going to be short. It hit the side to the backboard. Here's Jones for Dayton. Flyers down by 3. Jones going to back it up. Hall, short. Rebound. An easy one goes to Miles.
Brooks Hall thought he got fouled by David West. No call.
Dayton shooting just 5 out of 16 from the field. Sato pump fake, gorgeous.
He sized Mark Jones up. He knows he's got a height advantage. Took his time, was able to elevate, and use that top corner of the square to bank it home.
Sato 6'5", Jones 6'1". Here's Warren Williams at the point, freshman from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Paul, here's Jones on the curl. Send it back to Finn, and he regathers. He'll reset. 15 on the shot clock.
It's going to be interesting, Dave. Sean Finn got his first shot block. He's been a little leery to shoot it since.
Jones steps in, off the glass, rebound West. West looking to become the first player to lead the Atlantic 10 in rebounding 4 straight years. Warren Williams makes the steal. Sets up Jones. It filled the lane nicely. Hall, deep 3, won't go. Rebound Finn. Nate Green, they leave Jonesy wide open. Jones can't hit it. They're struggling from the field, and they get Nate Green for a push. Bracket Buster Saturday continues tonight with a doubleheader. First on ESPN2 at 9:30 Eastern. Carl English and the Hawaii Warriors travel to Ohio to meet Kent State. At midnight on ESPN, Tulsa will take on Gonzaga. Bracket Buster Saturday on ESPN and ESPN2. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Huge game for Gonzaga. They cannot afford any more in-season losses if they want an enlarged bin, if they don't win their tournament.
Look at the difference in the 2 meetings for Xavier. Shooting percentage much better here. They made a defensive switch. Sato that time. Hall changed his shot. Sato got knocked down.
That time Brooks Hall, the 6'6"er, was on him.
Block! Put back, no good. Warren Williams showing some real jets. Couldn't convert it. Here comes Diedrich Finn back the other way. In a hurry, hard to the glass. Keith Jackson put it up and draws the foul.
Diedrich Finn held that ball until the last minute, but watch the block on this end to get the break going. As Warren Williams comes in, Keith Jackson with the contest, and then Diedrich Finn sizes up Walaskowski, and Keith Jackson does a great job of making contact with Walaskowski to shoot a pair.
Jackson at the line this season, 71%. That might have asked them to get stronger during the offseason, and it did. Really worked on the shot, worked on the ball handling. It's about 23 minutes a game, Frank.
And remember, Dave, this has become a better Xavier team. Lionel Chalmers went out at the end of December with a broken foot. Diedrich Finn, Keith Jackson, and Anthony Miles all stepped up, and they're now a deeper team than they were 7 weeks ago.
Dayton got up to the early 2-0 lead. It's been a struggle since then. They've had a bunch of shots inside right at the basket. They haven't been able to convert. Marshall over the top. That one won't go either. Back out top, Williams. He'll stroke the 3. Williams hits the 3. And for Warren, his 6th of the season, makes it a 3-point game.
Now, we've talked all year about a great time to get an open 3 is off an offensive rebound when the defense is not set. That time, Warren Williams took advantage of it and knocked down the look.
Here's Finn, got to pick up top, turns the corner, double pump in the air, in and out, put back Miles. Miles, the leading offensive rebounder in the Atlantic 10. Back the other way, Finn makes a catch. He got bumped and he's able to roll it in.
Well, that was just a phenomenal catch by Sean Finn in the open court. You're talking about 6'11", running full speed, able to catch, gather, and finish.
Great job by Finn. 3-point ball game. Here's Jackson outside. They feed the post. Here's Miles against Finn. Tries the wheel, lost his footing, turned it over. Here's Dayton with a chance. Dayton with numbers. Williams goes in, leaves for Walaskowski. Gets a 1-point game.
Well, Warren Williams has come in and gave Dayton a huge lift because of his quickness in transition.
1-point game. Turnover. Jackson gives it up. Dayton with a chance to get the lead back. 5 turnovers for Xavier, 2 for Dayton.
You'll see now, good job by Sean Finn to just hold his ground. Marshall kicks it ahead to Warren Williams, and he realizes the shot's going to get contested. Just dishes it to Walaskowski for the finish. Warren Williams, a freshman at DeMatha High School, played on the last team for the legendary Morgan Wooten, who's since retired. We wish him well in retirement.
Xavier's won 10 straight games. Dayton's won all 13 here at home. Finn, wheels, lefty, hook, short, keep it alive, and it's going to be Xavier ball. lead. Jackson quickly up to Diedrich Finn. Give it to Sato. Sato goes down low to Miles. Miles wheels. Put it up with the right hand off the glass and put it right in the face of Finn. 22-19 Xavier.
Anthony Miles has been very aggressive in the first half of games, and when he's scoring, it takes the pressure off of David West.
Finn goes with the right hand off the glass. Nicely done.
Dave, you're talking about a guy that's shooting over 80% from the field in the last 4 or 5 games. Since the cast came off the broken wrist, he has been phenomenal inside in terms of scoring.
West gets it out of trouble. Sato steps in, wheels, spins, and can't get it. Rebound goes to Marshall. David West got effectively blocked out that time. Here's Dayton with a chance to take the lead. May blow the roof off if they get a score here. DJ Stelly to Marshall. Walaskowski brings West out. They go to the hot man Finn. Walaskowski for the lead. Dayton on top.
Keith Walaskowski can score inside, but that's his 10th three of the year. And when you're 6'10", that makes a big difference in terms of how to defend the Dayton Flyers.
Dayton with a half-game lead on the Xavier Musketeers in the A-10 West. They go to Sato. Takes a step. Pull-up. Off the glass. Won't go. Walaskowski loses to Miles. Stolen by Marshall. Marshall, he's got numbers. Marshall leads. Here's Stelly. He's up and in.
Lamont Marshall held the ball until the last possible moment and then kicked it to Stelly. It's been all defense in the half court by Dayton in the last 5 minutes.
4-point lead for Dayton at the 6-minute mark. The Flyers have come back to take the lead. A 30-second timeout called by Xavier.
And this loose ball, Diedrich Finn should have got on the ground right here and come up with that loose ball. You saw the half-hearted effort, and that led to the 2-on-1. And in the last 5 minutes, Dayton has been the more aggressive team.
They are rocking at Dayton. And like at Buster Saturday, a one-day, 9-game men's basketball event matching potential NCAA tournament hopefuls against each other continues on ESPN2. Wisconsin-Milwaukee meets Southern Illinois at 3 Eastern. Then at 5, Bowling Green takes on Illinois-Chicago. Good opportunity for some clubs to show their wares. Southern Illinois, the Salukis, made a nice advancement last season under Bruce Weber in the NCAA tournament. In the Valley, they're 13-2. Their RPI at 68.
And you see the RPI. That RPI has got to get under 50. The RPI, if you're following at home, is the strength of your schedule, your opponent's schedule, and then the strength of your opponent's schedule, so you get credit for playing tougher teams.
4-point lead, under 6 to play. West calls for it, gets it, steps outside, can't get it, rebound, knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of Finn. An unpopular call here at Dayton, but the Flyers have come back to take a 4-point lead here at UD Arena.
ACC this afternoon, Maryland taking on North Carolina, and the Terps getting it going behind Steve Blake. Wide open for 3 strokes at home. Terps up by 4. They're about halfway through the first half. And elsewhere in the A-10, St. Joe's beats St. Bonaventure. The Hawks, along with our game here between Xavier and Dayton, look to be in pretty good shape, guys, regardless of what happens in the A-10 tournament.
Welcome back to Dayton, everybody. They have turned the noise level to the point where it's off the charts, Frank Michelle.
Well, it started on the defensive end. In the last 6 or 7 minutes, Dayton has done a great job of clamping down on David West and double-teaming him in the post, forcing him into tough shots or kickouts.
Chalmers outside. Dayton, of their 9 field goals, 7 have come off an assist, so they moved the ball well. And a lot of opportunities down low. They haven't been able to convert. Chalmers with 19 on the shot clock. Can't get it. Tipped by Miles is good.
Very fortunate right there. I think Anthony Miles tipped that ball over his head, just trying to get it to the rim, and it falls in.
2-point lead for Dayton. Down low, Finn. Finn hammered and fouled by Miles.
Sean Finn did a great job right here of sealing Anthony Miles outside the lane, and a great post feed by Stelly. You see where Miles is. Sean Finn with great position. Miles can do nothing but foul him, and that started with a terrific post feed by DJ Stelly. Xavier's got to pressure that pass in the post.
Second foul on Miles, 16, and 16 foul. Since the catch removed, you're almost tempted to say, hey, just take a whack on your hand and hit now and then, huh?
This could be the new strategy to develop your post players.
I know coaches are copycats, but come on.
But I'll tell you, Sean Finn, Dave, we saw him early in the year with the cast.
You bet.
He's a completely different player the last 4 weeks. Confidence at the foul line, confidence in terms of scoring, and he's a young guy who comes out of Hayes, Kansas, a small town right off of Interstate 70, who just continues to get better. Small town guy who's growing up here right before our eyes.
Sean Finn, 7 points, gets a seat. Frank Iguodala coming to pick him up, a junior forward from Springfield, Illinois. They beat the pressure. Chalmers switching gears, sets up Caldwell. Nice catch. Jump hook is good.
Now, one of the dangers of pressing in the full court, if you get it past that first line, you're going to have a transition with numbers in your favor. Find out Chalmers took advantage of it.
Oh, what a delivery there. Here's Green. He couldn't finish it. Green inside. He took it away. And he said went off of David West. Stelly with a heck of a delivery off the backdoor pass by Frank Iguodala.
DJ Stelly does a lot of things for this team that go unsung. He's really a 6th starter for Dayton.
Got Iguodala, Marshall, Stelly, Jones, and Green on the floor right now for Dayton. Here's Green way outside his range. Coming up on 4.5 to go in the first half. Green down low against Carl. Trying to take that left hand away from him. Made him give it up.
That's great scouting report defense. He wouldn't let him go that way.
West on the hedge. Marshall down low. Green got hit. They let him play. Nothing called there. Green got hammered.
Well, a lot of action around the rim. And that's when you're Nate Green and you're a little bit undersized inside. Everything's got to go to the rim. And that time he powers it up. And I like that first call, the first no call, because he took the action to the Xavier defender.
Here's Sato. Got a lane, put it up, and he got hit. Going to the basket.
Well, you have to respect Romain Sato's ability to shoot the ball from outside, but he's also athletic and crafty enough to be able to beat you with the dribble, and then he's shown that athleticism to be able to hang in the air and to draw contact.
4:04 to go. That last foul down at Dayton was Frank Iguodala. And Iguodala's going to lead the game right now as Walaskowski and Brooks Hall come in. Stelly also took a seat. Right now, one down the lineup straight as Sato converts on the free throw. Ties the score at 28. Marshall, Walaskowski, Hall, Green, and Jones for Dayton. We've got Finn, West, Caudle, Sato, and Chalmers. And Green that time got all the way to the basket.
That time Will Caudle took so much of Nate Green's left hand away that Nate Green had to step to the basket and was able to finish with his right hand because he had all the room in the world.
Look at the battle, Walaskowski and West. Sato wants it off the dribble. Tough shot. Won't go. Rebound Jones.
Well, Brooks Hall doesn't get enough credit for the job he does defensively, and that is a good matchup right there.
Marshall fed it. Thought he hit Green, but Finn was diving down on defense. There you go to alley-oop, and Caudle is killing him down low once he makes the catch. That's his 3rd field goal. Make that 4th field goal. He's got 8.
Well, Keith Walaskowski was caught on the outside, and there was no pressure on Dedrick Finn to be able to pressure that pass. He had a good look.
They really come on nicely after the rocky start. Finn got him going with the first field goal and then struggled. But it's turned around nicely. It's tied at 30. Under 3 to play first half. Jones to Marshall. They go to Green. Caudle giving him the baseline. Wheels back to the baseline and cut him off. Lefty rolls it off and no good. Sato with the rebound. Xavier with a chance to take the lead. David West so far with just 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Here's a 3, and he hits his second 3 of the day.
Well, if you're going to get a lot of traffic inside, might as well step away from the basket. He had a good look that time.
Xavier with an impressive run. 9-2, and Jones barely able to save it. 20 on the shot clock. Approaching 2 minutes to go. First half. Dayton shooting at 37.5% from the field. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall, Walaskowski, 6-5. Here's Jones down the lane. Flip shot is good.
Now, what I loved about Mark Jones that time, he saw David West waiting at the rim. He was able to get into that 6-foot range and just float it in the air, and that's really effective for a smaller player.
Brandon's like, oh, look out. Brandon's a coach, you'll like this. 40 of the first 68 points today have been all in the paint. We've got a good one at Dayton. 1:36 to go. A lot on the line here as that modest club leads can do. Number 14, Xavier, leading by 1. And their guy, David West, has his own figurine here. Bobblehead doll, and some of the Dayton people said, where's ours? You got to make one. They win that battle. Dave Sims, Fran Fraschilla with you. Hotly contested game here. And how about the fact that Xavier's able to beat this press with such regularity?
Well, Dayton presses when they want to get the energy of the building up and roaring. And here you see on the pass to West, they throw it right back to Chalmers, and he just attacks. You see, right now, there's 3 defenders in the backcourt. This is a good opportunity for Chalmers to use his open court one-on-one ability, and he gets into the heart of the defense, slices it, and then Will Caudle dices it for 2.
Shooting numbers from deep. Xavier, 3 for 4 against 2 of 8 for Dayton. West gets it, draws a crowd, steps outside, takes a look at the defense. Well, he's very patient, not too stressed when he sees a double team coming. Well, Caudle, though, has been a factor. He's 5 for 5. Will Caudle having a great first half.
Anthony Miles has been a huge lift all season inside. Will Caudle, the academic redshirt sophomore, has been a good role player, but so far in the first half, outstanding.
Try to feed it down low. Finn can't make the catch. That was a very tough pass inside. 4th turnover for Dayton. Bracket Buster Saturday continues tonight. Doubleheader action. First on ESPN2, 9:30 Eastern. Carl English and the Hawaii Warriors. They travel to Ohio to meet Kent State. And then at midnight, ESPN Tulsa takes on Gonzaga. Make sure you check that out here on Bracket Buster Saturday. Walaskowski slips. Sato on the deep curl. A lot of air on that one. Caudle had it, lost it, and it's going to be Dayton ball.
Well, Dayton has done a very good job of double teaming David West inside with the other postman, and that's forced him to kick the ball back out.
Don't forget, stay with us here at halftime. Our Mass Mutual Financial Group halftime report with Reese Davis. They'll check in on the Carolina-Maryland game. Big Ten struggles going on, and more on Bracket Buster Saturday. How about the last time these clubs met back on February 8th, Cintas Center in Cincinnati? And Fran Fraschilla, what a line David West put up here.
Well, 47 points, 18 rebounds, but he was really able to do anything he wanted. Not a lot of double teaming inside. He was able to roam the perimeter, finish with a great night. And so far tonight, I think a big thing for Dayton has been the ability to double team him and force him to kick the ball back outside. He's drawn a lot more attention in this game than he did in the first game down at the Cintas Center in Cincinnati.
Xavier's won 10 straight games. Dayton 13-0 here at UD Arena. Dayton coming off a Wednesday win against Richmond, 70-63. Here's some full court pressure. Xavier on Wednesday in its last time out, 93-71 winners at LaSalle in Philadelphia. Final 24 seconds. Walaskowski. Dayton down by 3. 10 seconds on the shot clock, about a 6-second differential. Marshall. Back to Walaskowski with 5. He deals a 3. Barely got rim. Here's Sato. They got a chance to get another shot. Clock winding down. Here's Sato. He's got big range. Finn, West. West with a couple threes. Step back. Goes for the 3 and knocks it down. David West, the All-American. It extends the Xavier lead to 38-32 at halftime. And how about Xavier at halftime under Thad Matta? Just one loss in 40 today's action. Xavier with a 6-point lead here at Dayton. We send it to our ESPN studios, and Reese Davis for the Mass Mutual halftime report. Reese?
Dave, once again, an impressive first half performance by David West against the Flyers. Glad to have you with us on the Mass Mutual.
Exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball. Brought to you by Saab. People who test drive a Saab usually buy one.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at halftime. About to start half number 2 with the Musketeers of Xavier, 14th ranked this week. A 6-point lead over their arch rivals, the Dayton Flyers. Dave Sims and Branford Schiller. Heck of a first half. It went by in a flash. And how about Dayton? They tried to live by the 3. They have to turn that around the second half.
Well, Dayton has 8 different players who scored. That's their MO the whole season. But David West, particularly good defense inside on David West. They've double-teamed him and usually have made it tough for him to score. That time, 3 players around him. But then David West steps outside, knocks down 3 threes, including the last one to end the first half, Dave.
What a job here. Look at this, a step-back 3, and he knocks that one down. Take a look at the Saab first half statistic, 47% for Xavier. But what's the story as far as you're concerned here? Is it the rebound?
Well, Oliver Purnell told us yesterday, in order to beat Xavier, Dayton would have to rebound the ball particularly well. So far, Xavier has held their own on the backboards. And I think a key right now is for Dayton to continue to establish an inside game. And also play inside out because they are only 2 for 9 from 3.
Here's Dayton on the attack first to get us going in the second half. Paul Walaskowski, Finn, Jones, and Marshall. Finn down low. Take it away, but a foul on the back. And looks like they got David West on the foul. That'll be his second. Let's greet it with an extra cheer here at Dayton. Thad Mott, I think his case is he thought if anybody who committed a foul, it was Miles in front.
Reaching in, yep. Dayton has tried to go inside all night. It's good strategy because they play that way anyway. With Finn and Walaskowski and Green, they're physical enough to take it at Xavier. Now the key is to get Xavier in foul trouble and also try to get some easy baskets or some easy free throw opportunities.
Sean Finn, the 2000 Kansas 5A Player of the Year, averaged 22 points and 7 boards. At Hayes High School in Hayes, Kansas, 5-point game.
And let's watch and see if Dayton makes any adjustments in terms of how they defend.
Oh, nice pass. He went over the top. Had a man intermediate, and he went over the top of him.
Great set play because they sealed Walaskowski up the lane, and that created the space for West to catch and lay it in.
And David West with 13 points, a 5 of 8 shooting. Marshall over the top for 3. Marshall. That's really a lot this year. He's done nothing but hit big 3-point shots.
Really important for Dayton to be able to knock down some threes. Again, they're a balanced team that can score both inside and out. And that gives them their 3rd 3 of the day.
Here's Romain Sato, leaves for Miles. West cleared it out for him, and he missed the layup. West did a great job shielding Walaskowski. Here's Marshall. Walaskowski running the floor well. Trying to turn the corner on Sato. They go inside. Here's Finn again. He's got the big height advantage on Miles. He wheels. Shot it short. Walaskowski put it back in.
Well, David West came over to try to block the shot, and when Finn missed it, he missed it long, and Walaskowski was able to clean it up.
The fans come to their feet. 6-point deficit, down to 2. Chalmers and Finn, that was a scoring factor in the first half. They did a great job setting up their front court people. Here's West drawing the double team. Very calm and stress-free against the double team. Went up and under. Boy, no call.
Well, I'll tell you, got fouled again. But fortunately, Anthony Miles is in the right spot. David West, with a little head fake, drew the contact. No call, but fortunately, Miles was there.
Boy, there have been a couple of plays where guys have made their up and unders, got drilled and got nothing for it. Finn, too much. West rebounds. 42-38. Chalmers can't get it. Walaskowski with another rebound.
I'm not sure Thad Mott wanted that shot off the break, but they definitely do need offense from other people.
How about Walaskowski stepping outside? Hitting a 3. It's a 1-point game.
Walaskowski, remember, had a big offensive night the first time against Xavier with 24 points.
Laskowski, a 30% shooter from beyond the arc. West outside trying to feed the post to Sato. Finn gets it to Sato, who's been just scorching from outside. West wheels, deals, jabs it with the right hand.
A great job that time of bringing the double team. And Sean Finn is supposed to seal the baseline because he's guarding West, because Laskowski is doubling to the middle. West able to spin off him with a great move.
David West, 15 points. There's Chalmers, and he picks up the foul. Thought he had a steal. And for Lionel, that'll be his third foul.
Chalmers with a good job of pressuring the ball, but a little too much.
Marshall up top, guarded by Chalmers. Marshall going hard, leads for Finn, block. David West got the block. Oliver Purnell saying, hey, you mean he didn't get a body?
West was able to get him from behind.
Finn takes it all the way in, sets up Sato, can't get it. Rebound goes to Miles. Up and under, lay it up, he draws the foul.
And Dave, this is important right now because the way I see Xavier's offense, they're so reliant on West and Sato that they're going to need somebody like Anthony Miles to pick up the scoring and take away some of the pressure. But you see, David West from behind just gets all ball and is in the right spot at the right time.
Miles not a good free throw shooter at 55.9. Warren Williams in for Mark Jones. Miles got in foul trouble in the first half. At 6 points, 3 of 6 shooting. He did have 9 boards. Makes the second. 45-41 Xavier.
As great as West and Sato are, Xavier has been very effective this year when they get scoring from Miles, Finn, Jackson, and Chalmers. It's going to be interesting to see if those guys can step up.
DJ Stelly in the backcourt with Williams right now. Williams steps inside, got in traffic. And trouble, they get the bucket from Finn.
Well, Warren Williams did a terrific job of splitting the trap. West jumped out on a screen and roll, and he was able to cross over and get to the lane.
11 for Finn. In a 2-point ball game, they feed West. Double team comes at him. He steps outside. Miles down low. Sato, what a catch! What a great athletic move. That pass maybe a little bit too strong, but what a catch!
Well, one of the things you always tell your players on a backdoor cut is finish the cut. Sato stopped his cut, but he's so athletic he was able to reach out, gather it in, and score.
4-point lead for Xavier down on the Finn, who's having an outstanding game. Marshall over the top again. And again, he is money!
Well, when you talk about Dayton, you talk about a lot of different people being able to hurt you. Ramon Marshall's done that all year.
Miles. Dayton fans thought he may have walked. Sato got a hand up, and here's Green. Now for the lead. Here's Dayton. Stelly, nobody underneath. He fires in and out. Kept alive. Here's a rebound, and Finn leads a break. Finn sets up Sato. Sato steps in, fires a deuce off the glass and in.
Oh, that's a big, big-time move. First of all, Diedrich Finn was able to find Romain Sato from the other side of the key area. Sato with a great shot fake. One dribble pull-up in rhythm off the glass.
3 points, the lead right now. David West guarding Green. Warren Williams, they feed the post. Finn, and what do we got? A foul against Dayton. Joe DeMeo with the call. When we come back, Oliver Purnell's club trailing by 3. Welcome back, everybody. Check this out. This wonderful catch after Sato broke off the root here.
Now watch this. Your job, if you're Romain Sato, is finish your cut all the way because Anthony Miles thinks he's going to back cut. Sato stops, but then keeps going, and all that is great athleticism and a great finish. But if you're watching at home, when you make the back cut, finish that cut all the way to the rim, or you'll confuse your teammate. That time, Sato bailed Miles out by making just a great athletic play with the catch.
If you stop, that eliminates a big piece of your offense. He doesn't come to it next time down, right? And if you have the guy open.
Well, the next time Anthony Miles won't throw it if you stop it because he'll get the turnover. And he doesn't want the turnover on the stat sheet.
Turnover means bench time. West, the pull-up jumper, short, taken down by Brooks Hall. 3-point lead for Xavier. Musketeers led by 6 at halftime. Dayton closed to within 1 here. Early going in the second half. Feed the post to Green, guarded by Miles. He's got a couple fouls. Boy, he thumped and bumped and got the basket.
Well, that time Miles knew he was coming to the left, but that little shoulder dip into Miles' body created the separation for Green to elevate up and over him with the jump hook.
Foul on Nate Green. One thing about playing Nate Green, if he feels you, it's over. Because he's one of those guys, he's going to just power through. Glad you could join us for NCAA basketball. Number 14, Xavier, trailing first place Dayton by a half game in the A-10 West. Dave Sims, Fran Fraschilla with you. Sold out UD Arena. Left open as Chalmers takes it all the way in, leads for West. Then he went up and got fouled by Finn.
Well, Lionel Chalmers with a nice drive on the baseline and the dish to West.
Bracket Buster Saturday continues tonight. Doubleheader action. First on ESPN2 at 9:30 Eastern. Carl English and the Hawaii Warriors travel to Ohio to meet Kent State. Then at midnight, it's ESPN. Tulsa will take on Gonzaga. Bracket Buster Saturday on ESPN and ESPN2. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. David West. First trip to the line today. He went 16 for 19 in the first meeting, and on the season, David West is 81.3%.
Well, he's got 22 touches today, Dave, 16 points, but most of them have been either jump shots or off of dishes, and not necessarily the one-on-one moves, because Dayton has done a good job of double-teaming him, forcing him to kick it back out.
West 7th in the conference in free throw shooting. 3-point lead now for Xavier. You got Williams, Finn, Hall, Green, and Marshall on the floor for Dayton. Flyers 13-0 here at home. 20th best active home court streak in the country. Marshall, tough shot, side backboard with Miles rebound.
Chalmers with a good job of pushing Marshall to his right hand.
Chalmers, runner, glass, no, put back Miles. West got it. Chalmers, nice handle going behind his back. Penetrates, leads for Miles. Miles scores.
Oh,
what a setup by Chalmers.
What a dish. Second one in a row. First to West on the foul, and that time off the offensive rebound.
Chalmers
to Miles.
Beg your pardon. Fred Chalmers had 3 outstanding moves on that play. We'll show when we come back. 53-48, number 14 Xavier on the road at Dayton. And let's take a look at a virtuoso performance by Lionel Chalmers.
Well, Lionel Chalmers, remember, he was all conference last year. Broke his foot in the Creighton game. He's just rounding into form. But the athletic ability to make plays against the setup defense really helped Xavier. Great look by Lionel Chalmers. I talked to Thad Mata after practice yesterday. He told Lionel Chalmers, don't come back and try to be the all-conference player you were. Just try to help us win games. And that's what he's doing. He's just rounding into form. Played 35 minutes against LaSalle, so he's starting to get back into shape.
Chalmers is David West's best friend. One of the reasons why West stayed in school. Walaskowski inserting himself going to the basket.
Walaskowski gives you a little bit of everything. He can score around the basket, step away. He kind of has that Troy Murphy type of game. Maybe because he's lefty, that's who he reminds me of.
Sure. He's got a team high 14. West with a heck of a catch in traffic. And what did he do? He stepped on the baseline. Turnover by Xavier.
Keep your eye on Keith Walaskowski down. He's knocked down a couple threes, so Miles had to come out and pressure him. Walaskowski able to get by him on the dribble and finish around the basket.
Did a real nice job on that play. Here's Hall. 8 minutes in, second half. Jones in some traffic. Sets up Hall, knocked away by Miles. They got numbers. Keith Jackson on the left. Chalmers, pull up, fade away. Got the roll, but it didn't go. Miles got the rebound. That'll be his 15th.
Lionel Chalmers, he had the room to give it to Jackson. He didn't do it. Missed a shot.
3-point lead for Xavier.
Up by 2. 5 and change to go.
How about them Aggies? Up by 2 here in the Atlantic 10. Dave Sims, Fran Fraschilla. Number 14, Xavier. Seen one heck of a performance by Anthony Miles. Look at this, a career high 15 boards. And
Anthony Miles, a junior college transfer from Olney College, has really given Xavier a good lift and a good compliment to David West. He's had some big games already this year.
6'9" junior out of Parker High School in Chicago, Illinois. 3-point lead for Xavier. They feed West. Single coverage, wheels and fades, and it hits. David West, All-American. He's got 17.
Well, the first time in a long while that we saw nobody run at him, he was able to size up Wallaskowski and knock down the baseline jumper.
Lead is 5. Largest lead, 6 points. Foul off the ball. Every time you single cover, David West, you're in trouble.
You'll see right here all night, Nate Green, you see he doesn't go to double. He's waiting. That gives West good patience in the post, turns and elevates over Wallaskowski.
Jones gets it outside. Foul was on Miles, that last foul. And for Miles, that's his third. Green against Caudle, who just came in. Blocked by West.
Nice job by Will Caudle. He's taking away Nate Green's left shoulder move, his left hand move to the middle. When Green spun back, that gave West time to come over and get the block on the weak side help.
Fourth block for the Xavier Musketeers. West has gotten 3. 9 minutes in, 15 on the shot clock here in the second half. All the way outside, guarding Marshall. Fade away by Marshall. And he has been punched. I give it to him. He's been outstanding. He's the third leading scorer for the Flyers. He makes it a 3-point game.
He was a point guard last year. He's a guy that can score. He plays good defense, and we've really seen him do well in that mid-range.
12 points from Marshall. That time Green ran at West. Chalmers trying to go, and nice hustle by Green on the dive. Eat some hardwood there. Outstanding effort.
Well, when you look in the dictionary under the word tank, you see a picture of Nate Green. He's bandaged up. He's a 5th-year senior. He's got a criminal justice degree. And by the way, Dave, Wednesday night against Richmond, he became the Dayton player who's played in the most games in the history of the storied program.
Very impressive. West stuffed the double team. Steps outside. Looks for help. Gets it all the way back out to Chalmers. 3 on the shot clock. Chalmers spins. Trying to get it off. And he turned it over on the travel. Great defense. Another intangible play by Mark Jones. We saw him do that a lot last week. At that modest putt, holding over a 3-point lead. But Dayton's got some momentum now.
Well, remember, they had the short shot clock because Green deflected that pass out of bounds. West didn't realize it. By the time he got it to Chalmers, Chalmers didn't have enough time to make something happen.
Here's your turnover story. And bodies flying off the ball, and it's going to be a foul against Dayton. I believe they got Mark Jones. It is Jones. First foul on Mark
Jones, his second.
Check that, his second.
See, Dave, the tricky part for Xavier right now, Diedrich Finn brings it up. He has been brilliant all season as a point guard running this attack. And they've got to get Lionel Chalmers involved in the offense, but not necessarily when he has the ball.
West has got it. Sato, we haven't heard much from him. Chalmers got bumped. He throws it back out here. Finn's able to run it down. Cross court, Sato at 10. Back out top. West 3 for 3 from 3-point range. Got Wallaskowski. Trying to spin on it. Fade. Can't get it. Rebound Finn. Under 9.5 to go.
Once they've started to double team West inside, Xavier's offense has started to bog down.
Jones took it right at West. And he scored to make it a 1-point game.
That's the second time tonight we've seen him get into the lane and shoot what I call a high paint runner, because he takes off from the high part of the paint and is able to float it up over the shot blocker.
Here's West up top with Finn. Chalmers with a step. Chalmers inside. How to get that off? Lionel Chalmers.
That's the Lionel Chalmers that can really give them some offense.
Chalmers with his first field goal. He's 1 for 5. Finn muscles in. Throws up a higher. Shot. What a game.
That ball was not supposed to go in.
Coming up on 8.5 to Dayton. Fans rise to their feet. Flyers down by 1. Here's Sato. One of his few touches. Caudle 5 for 5. First half. He spins. He's in trouble. Gets it back outside. 12 on the shot clock. And a timeout called by Thad Matta to reorganize and get something good out of his final 11 seconds on this shot clock. Tomorrow, Michael Jordan and the Washington Wizards will play host to Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. NBA Sundays on ABC. We got hoops. And how about Mr. Jordan? He went for 43 points against the Nets last night. That's a record for a 40-year-old in the NBA. The previous record was 27, held by a pretty good player in his own right, 6-time MVP Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
This is a good timeout by Thad Matta because Xavier's offense has bogged down. David West has got to be able to get the ball out of the double team quicker or make his one-on-one move quicker before the double team comes.
Second meeting of the season, Feb 8. It was Xavier, an 85-77 victor at Cintas Center. West forcing the action, puts it up, and it rolls down. David West with another bucket.
Shot clock going down. You want somebody to be able to make a play. He got a good look at it.
21 for West. They go inside the Finn against Miles. He's in foul trouble. And Finn has been super effective down low.
If you're Thad Matta, you almost think about having to double team this guy, which would have been unheard of 6 weeks ago.
Finn 15 points, 6 of 11 shooting. Chalmers drives baseline. Lost it, gone up. There's a foul. It's against Dayton.
Well, Lionel Chalmers was fortunate because while he drove baseline, he lost the ball, but it managed to find David West's hands. Good explosive move right here by Chalmers, but you see he loses it and David West is in the right spot.
David West going to the line.
How about this atmosphere, Dave?
Electric and then some. David West, an outstanding free throw shooter this season at 81-2. Finn's foul, his third. West all over the leaderboard in all games and conference games. He's 7th in free throw shooting in conference play, and he extends the lead to 3 for Xavier.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball, brought to you by Rolaids. Rolaids spells relief with a taste that can't be beat.
Reese Davis with you, checking in on Marquette on the road against TCU, and the Golden Eagles down a couple in the second half, and Dwayne Wade, third in Conference USA, enforcing steal, stole it, got it back, and dunked it backward. Marquette now up by 7 in the second.
Dwayne Wade can play for me anytime he wants. Part of the big crowd here at Dayton. What an atmosphere we've got. Xavier leading by 3, and Sean Finn's been outstanding.
Well, this guy has continued to improve his whole career. Small-town guy from Hayes, Kansas. You see he's got great patience around the basket. Now watch how he takes his time. He sizes up Anthony Miles and then turns over his left shoulder with the right hand jump hook.
15 and 5 today on a very high percentage for Sean Finn. Dayton as a team shooting 47%. Xavier at 48. Dayton shooting 5 for 13 from 3 compared to 4 of 8 for Xavier. Jones leaves it for Finn. They beat the half-court pressure. Under 7.5 to go and a 3-point Xavier lead. Musketeers get that advantage up to 6. That's what they had at halftime. Jones over the top, short, easy rebound for Miles. Yet another one. He's going to be approaching 20 boards today. Got plenty of time left.
See, both teams' strategy has been to try to pound it inside.
Here's David West. He draws Walaskowski out. Backdoor Sato. Heck of a catch. Finn with the block. Sato goes back. Pump fake. Draws the foul. He'll shoot. Oh! And now they call it
ball. They got it for traveling. This is a great catch. Bad pass, great catch. And you see Finn get up quickly, and then the hesitation move. Can't see whether he traveled, but a good job by Sean Finn to get up off his feet.
Shad Marshall. Paul has been a non-factor, just 1 of 3. At some point, he's got to look to take this game over here. Loose ball, Marshall has been large today. He's got 12. That one won't go. West gets an easy rebound. Quickly up ahead to Finn. Finn, Chalmers, Sato, West, and Miles. And Miles, ooh, that could have gone either way. As Miles was coming across the lane, they get the foul on Finn.
That may be his 4th, Dave.
That's his 4th indeed. 17 foul, 1-1 in effect for the Musketeers. Musketeers with just 3 team fouls.
You'll see right here as Anthony Miles fights for position. They get a little tap dance there. Not a lot of contact.
How about that Miles free throw? It looked like it was wide to the left and it came back in.
There's no wind in here either. This isn't a field, football field goal.
So a good trick for Miles to the line. He's got some strong numbers, 12 and 16 today. Career high 16 boards.
And you add Will Caudill's contribution, big for Xavier.
Stelly, short, rebound, goes to Sato. 63-58. 6 minutes to go in regulation. Xavier trying to take the season series. They go to Miles. Step back jumper off the glass is good.
I'll tell you what, a great post feed by Dedrick Finn, the freshman. He saw exactly where Miles had his defender sealed and put it right on the money.
7-point lead, largest advantage for the Musketeers. And a reminder that Bracket Buster Saturday continues with doubleheader action first on ESPN2 at 9:30. It'll be Hawaii taking on Kent State. Then at midnight on ESPN, Tulsa faces Gonzaga. Bracket Buster Saturday, ESPN and ESPN2. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
And if you want a great unknown player in the country, Antonio Gates of Kent State is having a terrific year. In my mind, right there with Kyle Korver as those guys that are the terrific mid-major players.
Miles, you love those kinds of double-doubles, 15 and 16. If you're in the shoes of Oliver Purnell right now, the Dayton coach, what are you going to do? You're down 7, and Xavier's got some good things moving offensively right now.
Well, one thing you got to do is you got to establish, continue to try to go inside and get Xavier in foul trouble.
And right on cue, right nicely done. Miles picks up his 4th.
But now, more importantly, at the defensive end, you've got to continue to really know where David West is. But this is where Lionel Chalmers becomes so important, because this gives Xavier, with Lionel Chalmers back and starting to round into form, a 3rd offensive weapon that can create his own shot.
Olaskowski, first free throw. Pretty good free throw shooter, just under 80%. Dayton Caudill's back in, picks up Miles.
Watch for Dayton to press here. They pressed here in these situations.
Olaskowski's numbers for this afternoon. His last outing went for 13 and 13 at Richmond on Wednesday. That was a 70-63 win for the Flyers. It's going to be an all-conference performer. So is DJ Stelly. Oh, he missed a chippy right there. And Nate Green's shoulder just came out. Oh, that's got to hurt. You see it's heavily taped, and he took a pop. And trainer Steve Foster's going to have to just sitting down and just pop it back in. I had that's really painful.
And they're going to take him off to the locker room. The dangerous thing for Dayton right now is Sean Finn has 4, so they bring Frank Iguodala back. And you see the full court press.
So Frank is in with Jones, Stelly, Williams, and Olaskowski. For Dayton, it's West, Chalmers, Finn, Sato, and Caudill for the Musketeers of Xavier. 65-59, coming up on 5 to go.
I'm not sure I'd go a possession down the stretch from Xavier without us trying to get the ball into David West if I'm Thad Matta.
Caudle goes in, loses, and he turns it over. He was on the baseline. Caudle gave Xavier an outstanding 9 minutes, 10 points on 5 for 5 first half shooting. 10th turnover by Xavier. Finn returns to action.
You'll see as the tangle inside. Nate Green will jump up again, come back down. You see his hand gets stuck inside of David West. And with David West's strength, something's got to give.
Sure did that time. Marshall playing with 12 points, 4 of 8 shooting, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Dayton ball. Dayton shooting 43.6% from the field, 5 for 15 from beyond the arc. Xavier at 48%, and 4 of 8 from three-point range. 11 of 13 at the line for Xavier, and just 6 of 8 for Dayton. West coming way outside. West playing with a couple of fouls over the top. Walaskowski for 3. They're all big now. Coming up with 4.5 to go in a 3-point game. Walaskowski with 18 points, 3 of 4 shooting from three-point range. Crowd rises to its feet. West, step under. Won't go. Tip by Sato. Great rebound, and a foul goes against Dayton.
Have you seen a guy all year that gets up that quick like Romain Sato?
Romain Sato, explosive rebound. And Walaskowski just tore into his teammates. Help me out. I'm boxing out on West. He got to box somebody else out.
When you see Romain Sato go up with a bunch of hands and his hand keeps going, that tells you he has elevation.
Sato at 82.8% at the line. Stelling leaves, Hall returns. Romain Sato, second in scoring in conference play to Delonte West of St. Joseph's. He's 5th in free throw percentage. He's having a fabulous, fabulous year. 5 points the margin as we approach 4 minutes to go. Time running short on Dayton. Look for Marshall to take some more shots. He's hit some big ones. They go down low to Finn against West. Boy, he got great position. Just dropped it right in.
And that's no stiff he posted up. He just took the ball right at David West, took his time, and was able to create space with that jump hook.
Season high 17 for Finn. Set up Sato. 3 balls short. Hall rebounds. They needed that one. 3:45 to go in a 3-point game.
It's been Walaskowski and Finn so far.
Marshall, deep 3 for the tie. No! And a rebound goes to Finn. Finn on the counterattack. Tough shot. Partially blocked. Finn takes over.
Very uncharacteristic for Diedrich Finn to get himself in trouble like that. They didn't need that.
Jones, Walaskowski. They thought about the 3. Clock running down, 3:10 to go. Dayton down by 3. Marshall down low, knocked away by Finn, from Finn. By Diedrich Finn knocked it away. And when we come back, it's going to be Xavier ball. The Musketeers lead by 3.
Chavis misses his second free throw. Antoine Wright. Gotta hurry. Loses the handle. Bernard King for the game. Oh. That's how close Texas Tech was perhaps to having at-large hope evaporate. They win it by 1. Marquette's up on TCU. 65-56, 5 minutes to go.
And Marquette with the lead there. And here's a look at the state of Wisconsin. Some outstanding basketball this season.
Pretty good. I saw the Marquette-Wisconsin game. That was a terrific game in December. Wisconsin-Milwaukee with Clay Tucker.
Trailing at halftime right now. But how about this guy? Here's a hoss here. Nate Green. The shoulder went out and they popped it back in. How about Green? It went right through the hands of David West. Here's Hall. Big 3. Couldn't get it. Jones got the rebound. Kicks it outside. Warren Williams has got it. Williams drives, partially blocked. Where'd it go? It's a 1-point game.
Tell Warren Williams to kick it out. But David West helped.
Here's a steal. Frank Iguodala for the lead. in the first half. Look at this.
This is the kind of team Dayton has. They have no one star. They play 9 or 10 people every night. And that time, Iguodala and Williams with 2 big plays, sandwiched by the steal by Mark Jones. Warren Williams has that ball deflected in. And you'll see right here the steal by Iguodala. He gets out ahead and scores. And it's been that way all season for Oliver Purnell's team. When you talk Xavier, you talk David West and Romain Sato. But you really can't do that with the Flyers.
Brown is into it now. Steal numbers, the last 2, the most critical wins for the Flyers of Dayton. Xavier's led by as many as 7 here in the second half. 2:36 to go in a 1-point game. Dayton with a half-game lead on Xavier in the Atlantic 10 West.
And this is Dayton. This really is nothing more than a nuisance press. That press should not have bothered Xavier. It was just carelessness. David West dropping the inbound pass.
Xavier's won 10 straight. Dayton unbeaten at home. Something will give this afternoon, a foul off the ball. And they get Green for the hold. Nate Green picks up the foul, his 3rd. Team 9th. David West to the line. Wholesale substitutions as Iguodala and Williams and Green leave for Finn, Walaskowski, and Hall. That defensive group really got it done.
It almost was like a special teams group that came in and full court pressed. Very effective with 2 steals and 4 points.
David West. Perfect on the first one, and his day is perfect at the line. 5 for 5. He's got 24 points. 8 of 15 from the field. 3 of 3, all in the first half from 3-point range. He's got 8 boards. And of the 4 blocks for Xavier unofficially, he's got 2.
I want to tell you, Dave, it takes a lot of heart to come in here knowing you're a marked man and play the way David West has today. And he's been double and triple team much of the day.
For the lead again for Xavier, and West comes through again.
That is big time, and that's why he's at least a first-team All-American and a strong candidate for National Player of the Year.
Easily 3rd-time winner, A-10 Player of the Year. Jones up top, guarded by Finn. Clock winding down. Jones checks it.
Sometimes when you have 5 options, you don't know where to go.
Under 2 to play. 13 shot clock. Walaskowski battle, and Jackson loses that one. Will be a foul on Keith Jackson.
What I love about that time is the recognition by Marshall that Keith Jackson was guarding him. The last couple possessions, Jackson was on the perimeter, guarding Walaskowski inside.
First foul on Jackson. Miles back in, and don't forget bracket Buster Saturday continues. We got double header action coming up on the ESPN networks. 1:50 to go. Xavier leads by 1. Hall down deep. He got it!
Well, West that time made a half-hearted attempt to try to contest the shot. Brooks Hall recognized that, took it right to the rim.
David West playing with 2 fouls. An excited crowd here at UD Arena. They run at West. He got hit. They ran the 3 men at him, and West took the pop and went down hard.
If that's on Finn, he's gone. And I'll tell you, David West did a very smart job of initiating the contact with Sean Finn. Finn had pretty good position. Now you'll see as West takes it to the middle, Finn is right there. The only thing Finn could have done is get his hands straight in the air a little quicker.
And he gets bunch of morons throwing stuff. A battery just landed on the floor. Basketball just landed on the floor. That's not going to get it done. And a reminder that Bracket Buster Saturday continues tonight. Doubleheader action first on ESPN 2 at 9:30. Carl English and the Hawaii Warriors travel to Ohio. They're going to meet Kent State. They're at midnight on ESPN. Tulsa takes on Gonzaga. Bracket Buster Saturday on ESPN and ESPN 2. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Sean Finn with a terrific afternoon, particularly on the offensive end. At that time, David West, very crafty, recognizing that Finn was late to come double, was able to draw the contact.
So Finn is done, and what a day for Finn. For the Dayton Flyers, 7 of 12, 17 points, 6 rebounds, and he also had 2 assists. David West for the tie. Truly an All-American. 7 for 7 at the line, 26 points. Keith Jackson back in for Miles. Jackson a little quicker on defense. Miles also playing with 4 fouls. Jackson has just 1.
And it's going to be interesting because there's no way Keith Jackson can physically match up with Nate Green inside. And if Wallace-Kowski is matched up with Jackson, I would go inside to Wallace-Kowski
without hesitation.
But remember, Xavier's only got 5 team fouls, so they have a foul to give on this half-court trip by the Flyers coming up the court.
10-team foul Dayton, 5 Xavier. Marshall. Try to keep him outside. He's a good shooter. Brooks Hall. Wallace-Kowski down low. He's got Chalmers on him. How about that mismatch? They don't go with.
Switch back. They don't switch back.
Sure don't.
Chalmers will stay on him. Dayton should recognize this.
They have not seen it. 105. Corner. Jones way short. Hall rebound. Hall scores. The 1-point Dayton lead.
And that time Hall was able to muscle Keith Jackson out of the way and come up with the loose rebound.
David West talking about needing a block out as we send it to Reese Davis in our studio.
All right, guys, just as soon as we finish up with that thriller in the A-10, we'll move to the Big Ten. Kirk Kenney trying to pull his team even in the win column with Michigan, the Badgers, and Iowa coming up.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. And take a look at what happened on the last play. Hall wide open.
Well, Brooks Hall, again, is one of those guys that kills you softly. And he hasn't had a particularly great game stat-wise, but he's always in the right place at the right time.
Goes back to the point you just made about Jackson possibly being a liability on the deep boards. And it happened right there as we take a look at the reset. Both teams still have the ability to stop the clock. Most importantly, the arrow favors Dayton.
If you're Xavier, you want to play inside out. Try to go inside with Dayton 10 fouls. You're going to have 2 free throws. And that will also open up Sato on the perimeter.
Dayton, 1-point lead, under a minute to play. They have a half-game lead on Xavier, trying to even the season series.
They've gone zone, Dave, right out of the timeout. Great strategy.
Here's Finn Chalmers. Hall was calling for a double team. West way outside. Sato's been quiet in the second half. Couple of buckets in the first 5 minutes, but nothing since. Chalmers with 10 on the shot clock. Down a point. Chalmers loses control. He's got 7. Where's West? They can't find him. Sato with 3, with 2. They got to fire it up with Finn. Can't get it. Loose ball. Chalmers has got it. He's got a layup.
Break. What a break. Diedrich Finn with the presence of mind to get a shot up at the shot clock. And Chalmers, fortunately, the ball fell right in his hands. Xavier never recognized the first 15 seconds that Dayton had switched to the zone, Dave.
They could not find David West.
Nate Green with a great job on West, and Mark Jones really hurt Dayton just by hustling and getting a finger on the ball. And that allowed Lionel Chalmers to just come up with the loose ball.
Jonesy and Hall had a chance to get it. They canceled each other out.
Great hustle. I mean, that's the Dayton deal all season is great hustle. And that time you're exactly right. They canceled each other out.
Xavier's 10-game win streak, 3rd best in the country, is on the line here. Tied with College of Charleston. 21-4 to go. Who's your guy for Oliver Purnell? But first of all, defensively, obviously, talk about defensively what they have to do, Xavier, and then on offense with Dayton.
Keith Jackson's in the game right now, so Xavier is going to go small and put 4 quick, athletic players out there. Now, Dayton has a mismatch inside with either Green or Wallace-Kowski. But the problem Dayton has is with so many weapons, sometimes it's difficult to figure out who to go to. So I see maybe Wallace-Kowski or Ramon Marshall making a breakdown play and trying to get to the lane. They have run screen and roll in this situation most of the year when they need a basket out high.
Dayton's unbeaten streak, 21-4, away from going down or moving on to 14. Here we go. There's your reset. Xavier can't stop the clock. Here's Marshall. Xavier not in a one-on-one. Knocked away. Oh, they called a foul. They had a foul to give, so that's only the 6th foul.
Now, the only reason I don't like that is because even though Dayton still has to take the ball back out of bounds, I would have liked to have been able to save that foul for a foul situation closer to the basket.
4th foul, Chalmers. 14-3. Crowd on its feet.
Now they set up the screen and roll, Dave.
Here's Marshall, guarded by Chalmers. Marshall. Wallace-Kowski can't get off the shot. 3, 2, he checks. Runner in the lane. No good. He shot an air ball. As the clock runs out, Xavier wins. Xavier goes to 11 straight wins.
Now they're going to check the clock and see if time did run out. The way it looked to us with the human eye, I think the game ended. But Joey, the officials are going to go to the scorer's table just to make sure. Joe DeMayo is going to make sure he looks at the monitor. But I think this game is over.
Well, the recognition by Dayton in that last 14-7 off the inbounds was not very good.
Well, David West did a nice job of switching on to Ramon Marshall. Anytime it's late in the game, now you'll see.
0.8, 0.7 left. But it's out on Dayton, so it's going to be Xavier.
You got to understand, it takes about half a second to a second to blow the whistle. So if they put time on the clock, it's a little sketchy. See, that ball goes out of bounds.
That goes out of bounds on Marshall. So 1-1.
Okay, now that ball hits the floor with 0.9. Now the official blows the whistle. So they may put 0.4, 0.5, but they cannot put 0.9 up there, in my opinion. Now,
what did you think? Talk about the fact that Dayton didn't get a good look at it. Nobody got a chance to knock down a jump shot.
What they did was, originally, they came out to run the high screen and roll. After the foul, they went to a dribble weave, and David West did a nice job of switching out on Ramon Marshall.
Here's the official use of TV replay.
And this would be a timing mistake or a timing correction.
Scoring or a timing mistake involving a game or shot clock.
I just think this is a little too much time to put back on the clock.
So it's going to be Xavier ball, so they just have to advance the ball. They lead by 1. Thad Matta wants a timeout. What's the strategy here? I mean, all you have to do is get one of your guys to touch it and the game's over.
If you're Dayton, you must not let the ball come in bounds. They will switch all screens. I would take a man off the ball and play center field, you know, in that area around the top of the key.
1-point lead for number 14, Xavier, here at Dayton. Let's check in real quick with Reese Davis in our studio.
All right, Dave, certainly not going to beat the finish that we have going on there. Jim Calhoun back on the sidelines for UConn, coaching his team against St. John's just over 2 weeks after having his cancerous prostate removed. And right now, Calhoun's Huskies in a battle with St. John's. Had a big lead earlier in this game. It's now a 7-point game, just over 2 minutes to go at Gamble Pavilion as the Huskies try to welcome Calhoun back with a victory. As soon as we are finished with Xavier and Dayton, we'll take you out to the Big Ten. Chauncey Leslie trying to lead the Hawkeyes to an upset of the Badgers coming up in just a few moments.
Grace, thank you, and congratulations to Jim Calhoun on coming back from successful prostate surgery. 1 second to go. Xavier will inbound. Musketeers have a 1-point lead.
And they'll just try to get the clock to start. Dayton has got to shut out and try to deny, maybe get a 5 count, maybe a charge. I wouldn't be surprised if Thad Mata throws the ball all the way down the court. See, right now with nobody in center field, they'll throw it long and that'll end it.
There you go. And there's your ball game. And the Xavier Musketeers come into Dayton and stop the Dayton 13-game home win streak. Final score of 73-72. Xavier wins for the 11th straight time. For Brent Fischella, I'm Dave Sims. What a beauty here in the Atlantic 10 as Xavier takes over first place. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We send